Okay, so we're talking about brown spots that appear on the hands and the arms and the legs as we get older. These discolorations, they're sometimes called liver spots. They're much more complicated than the kind of dark spots that show up on the face. Hyperpigmentation, as it's called. Some people call it melasma. Dermatologists refer to it as melasma. That's pigment that shows up on the face or the skin in connection with the sun or sometimes with the hormone estrogen. Women who are pregnant will get something called the mask of pregnancy. This is a different type of pigmentation, and we are going to be addressing it. This is the kind of pigmentation that retinol is so effective for, also vitamin C. The kind of brown spots that I'm talking about today, and we've been talking about, are a complex blob of goo, basically. They're a complex blob of fat and protein and carbohydrate, and they're located deeper in the skin. They're also located in the internal organs, especially in the nervous system. The brain and the eye, it's also in the spleen and the liver, the kidney and the heart. This is a kind of pigment that shows up on the skin, but shows up deeper in the skin. And it's a sign of the aging process. It's not the same thing as the melasma and the hyperpigmentation that you treat with hydroquinone if you go to the dermatologist, or retinol if you buy it off truthtreatments.com, or vitamin C. This is a deeper discoloration that involves the internal structure of the body. It's called lipofuscin. And keeping in mind, we've been talking about macular degeneration, or we did for the last couple of days, keeping in mind that the breakdown that causes lipofuscin also shows up in the eyes. And macular degeneration, for example, is associated with this lipofuscin aging pigment. They call it drusen in the eye, D-R-U-S-E-N, but it's the same basic thing. And it gets us to the point, it reminds us that all our diseases are basically based on the same kinds of dysfunction, no matter where in the body they occur. Likewise with aging pigment or lipofuscin. Whether it happens in the eyes, or whether it happens in the brain, or whether it's showing up in the spleen, or the liver, the kidney, the heart, anywhere, it's the same thing. Macular degeneration, which can be identified by this aging pigment, is basically the same problem that we have when we have any chronic degenerative disease. Toxicity, lack of nutrition, lack of oxygen. And to change your macular degenerative condition, we got to stop doing the same things that we always have to stop doing for any other chronic degenerative disease, and we have to start doing the things we have to start doing for any chronic degenerative disease. And this way, we don't cure macular degeneration. Nobody cures macular degeneration, MD. We just stop it from showing up. And this is a key, maybe the key principle in all of health. We don't cure disease. That's a childish, infantilizing word, cure. It's a way we get treated like children. It's magic. We cure. Magic is a cure. A cure is a magical term. In health, we don't cure disease. We stop it from showing up. We stop it from occurring. Disease is a verb. It's diseasing. And the way you eliminate a verb is by stopping it. You stop running. You don't cure running. You stop running. You don't cure walking. You stop walking. You stop writing. You stop reading. You stop drinking. You stop growing, or any other verb you want to pick. You don't cure drinking or growing or reading or writing. And in the same way, you don't cure diseasing. You just stop diseasing. And that means all diseases. And that means especially chronic, long-term, degenerative diseases or diseasings. The word cure is derived from the word care. And it implies a stagnant state. It implies a noun. We care for, we cure a person, a place, a thing, a noun. We care for nouns. We cure nouns. We care/cure something that exists permanently. To care for something and to cure something requires a stability, a solidity. You need something to care or to cure. Care for or to cure. But because disease is diseasing, it's a verb, and we don't care or cure a verb because a verb is a process, all I got to do is stop doing it. You don't cure running, you stop running. You don't cure cancer, you stop cancering. The word cure is a magical word that implies a magician. It implies a witch doctor. It implies a shaman. It implies some superior being that takes care of us. That's why I never say the word cure. This is why the medical model will put you in jail for saying the word cure, what it has to do with some diseases, because there's only one group, one demographic group, one strata of our culture that gets to be magicians. They go to magician school. They call it medical school. Thinking about so-called illnesses in this way, that it's a verb and not a noun, that it's an action and not a thing, puts the power back in the actor, in the lap of the actor. That's us. If there's an action, there's an actor. If diseasing is an action, there's an actor that's diseasing. Who's the actor? It's the person, the diseasee, the person that's doing the disease. We are the only ones who can stop diseasing. A middleman, i.e. medicine man, can't do it for us. You eliminate the action of diseasing by stopping. And no doctor can stop it for us, which is why they tell you that chronic degenerative diseases are incurable. And this returns us to the bright side philosophy of health. The idea that breakdowns are generic, they just show up in different locations, no matter what it is. We'll tell you how you stop diseasing here in a minute. But for now, I want us all to understand that all breakdowns are the same. They're not qualitatively different. They involve growth and division and fibers and pigmentation and the death of cells. They're all breakdowns in some kind of biochemistry. They're breakdowns, breakdowning, that's a verb. And they're caused by actions, also verbs. The way you address chronic degenerative disease is you stop the toxicity. You eliminate it. You patch up the gut. You stop putting it in the first place. You stop the suffocation, the lack of oxygen by breathing. And you stop the starvation. You nutriate. Period. That's it. You stop the toxicity. You stop the suffocation. You stop the starvation. Period. No doctor, no drugs, no pharmacy, no Obamacare, no insurance required. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Blockit Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockitPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockitPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockitPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
Healthy elimination is essential to high energy, a cheerful mood, and prevention of disease. Some of the founders of our modern holistic health thinking state that disease begins in a toxic colon. A toxic intestinal tract is the foundation for virtually all degenerative disease, and a clean and well-moving intestinal tract is the foundation of health.
I just want to say that you folks have an amazing product. I've taken whey protein products for years, and I've never noticed the results I have with your product. I've suffered with bouts of constipation most of my life. Within a few days of taking One World Whey, I noticed a dramatic change. Also, in the past few years, I've experienced symptoms associated with diabetes. I feel horrible when I've had too much sugar, and I've been getting the foot pain as well. But I've noticed in the past week or so, I'm not feeling bad anymore, and the foot pain is gone. I'm just finishing up a 5-pound tub I ordered and just got off the phone ordering more. I love your product. Thank you.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld, WHEY.com.
You're fired.
According to the Small Business Administration, 75% of small businesses plan to eliminate jobs or reduce workers' hours to part-time.
You're fired.
According to Gallup, the unemployment rate recently jumped to nearly 9%, and the underemployment rate hit a staggering 17.9%.
You're fired.
1 out of 3 young adults and 1 out of 2 recent college graduates are underemployed. Hello, I'm Keith Abel, a pharmacist and a home business entrepreneur. In 2011, I became one of those statistics myself. Instead of looking for another job in corporate America, I joined Dr. Joel Wallach, the Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy. We're creating steady incomes for ourselves and would like to show you how to do the same. If you want to supplement your current income, replace your income, so you don't have to become one of the statistics, then give me a call toll-free at 866-257-3105, 866-257-3105.
You're fired.
Don't wait till you hear those words. Start creating an extra income today. 866-257-3105.
Hi, nutritional pharmacist Ben Fuchs here from the Brightside Radio Show. Come check out my presentation in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Monday, August 3rd at the Faith Tabernacle Gospel Fellowship Church. Bring your family, friends, loved ones, and let's fill the house. I want to talk about raw materials and nutritional supplements that your body needs to restore and maintain good health. Register at 5 p.m. If you've got questions, call Clinton Scott at 763-221-8432, 763-221-8432. Hope to see you there.
You are an individual with your own thoughts, decisions, and actions. So why should you be penalized for not enrolling in the subpar health insurance mandated by the government when you can be truly independent with Liberty Health Share, a bold, innovative alternative allowing you to take back control and make your own decisions about your health care? Mention this ad when you call to learn more. 800-714-6993. That's 800-714-6993. Liberty Health Share. Together, we are one.
Identity theft is real. So real, it could be making you its next victim right now. At the gas pump, bank, or store where you shop with your credit card, bad guys with RFID scanners can peer into your wallet or purse from a short distance away, stealing information from your RFID-enabled credit or debit cards, passports, room keys, and ID cards without you even knowing it. Stop the bad guys now with an RFID blocking wallet from ID Stronghold. ID Stronghold founded the entire RFID blocking industry over 10 years ago. Their stylish sleeves, clutch purses, and wallets are shielded throughout. The best you can buy at great pricing, as low as $14.99. Don't wait until your wallet needs replacing. Protect your identity now. Click idstronghold.com or call 1-800-610-2770. That's 1-800-610-2770. ID Stronghold, the original RFID wallet company.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they too exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
Usually, the older one gets, the less you are able to absorb amino acids and the less you are able to repair the 100 trillion cells of your body. As a result, you'll have less energy, your tissues will shrink, and you'll become wrinkled. An older person will typically injure more easily and heal more slowly. Not fun. However, if you can consume a protein powder that is easier to absorb, then you may be able to gain back some strength, muscle, and speed of recovery. One World Whey is a highly digestible whey protein powder that may be the perfect answer for you.
My name is Errol. I'm 74 years old. You know, the taste of One World Whey is amazing. I play pickleball, and since taking One World Whey and your trace mineral supplement, I have more energy and recover faster from my working out. I used to take another grass-fed whey protein powder, but now I'm getting much better results using One World Whey.
Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com.
From the book The Extreme Future, this is by Dr. James Canton, Ph.D., CEO and Chairman of the Institute for Global Futures. The Extreme Future, the top trends that will reshape the world in the next 20 years. Check this out. The top 10 industries of the innovation economy. Who will benefit most from the innovation economy? Number 1, pharma, health. How can this be? As we get smarter and as we get more technically advanced, we get sicker. Why would big pharma be the top industry of the innovation economy, the industry that will benefit the most? Because we think pharmacy, pharmacology, and medicine mean health. They do not mean health. They mean disease management. Big pharma and doctoring are not interested in the elimination of disease, or maybe they don't even know how to do it. What they're interested in are the profits, which are humongous. Unbelievable. It is the most profit-intense industry on the planet, big pharma. And do you think there's any incentive to eliminate illness and disease? But it doesn't matter because we can do it ourselves. And this is a major principle of the Bright Side philosophy. All breakdowns are the same. They just show up in different locations. And this puts the responsibility and the ability to reverse the disease process back in our laps. And that's one of the coolest ideas in all of health. No doctors are required. No pharmacists are required. I personally am irrelevant to the healing process. It's all about the diseasee. One of the most important aspects of the generic phenomena of the breakdown process that occurs in all degenerative diseases is the accumulation of waste. Waste materials, dead cell carcasses, literally, like a war. It is a war inside our bodies as this diseasing process progresses. Dead cell carcasses, dead cell parts. These tend to be dark. They tend to be fatty, hence the name dark fat or lipofuscin. It shows up in the eyes, the liver, the kidney, the spleen, the brain, the heart, the skin, pretty much all over the body, in progressively larger and larger quantities as the diseasing process progresses. And behind aging and degeneration, you're going to find lipofuscin, dark pigment, especially in the brain, which is highly dynamic, electrical, burning through oxygen, burning through nutrition, accumulating waste prodigiously. Thus, the brain is easily starved. It's easily suffocated. And the dynamic and active nature of the brain also makes the brain a likely site for the accumulation of poison and toxicity. And yes, behind most brain symptomology, you're going to find lipofuscin, aging pigment. In other words, lipofuscin in the brain is essentially synonymous with aging in the brain. And that includes dementias, and includes Alzheimer's disease. I think it's so important to recognize that there's no such thing as Alzheimer's disease. It's just a name. It's nomenclature. It's a word that describes a bunch of symptoms that, if I can use the vernacular, mean losing your marbles. Basically, that's it. Supposedly, what medically distinguishes Alzheimer's dementia from ordinary forgetfulness and disorientation and confusion that appears as we get older, what distinguishes this disease, this so-called disease of Alzheimer's, named after Dr. Alzheimer, is the appearance of these things called amyloids. Amyloid plaques, they call them. Amyloids are a type of protein that deposit in the brain, interfering with its function. And technically, the amyloid, which is deposited in hardened sheets called plaques, is a type of protein fiber. But as it turns out, lipofuscin is basically the same idea, and lipofuscin actually contains these amyloids. All of this is to say that Alzheimer's disease and dementias, they're just brain rot. They're just brain cell rot. Brain cell rot. All disease is cell disease, and the end result of this brain cell rot is a deposition of waste products, which leads to an interference with the electrical activity, and more brain cell death, which leads to more deposits and more brain rot and more brain cell death, and on we go. And in this way, Alzheimer's dementia is just a generic diseasing of the brain. Generic. If it happens in the joints, you'll call it arthritis. If it happens in the pancreas, you'll call it type 1, or you'll call it diabetes. In the muscles, you'll call it rhabdomyolysis or myasthenia gravis or fibromyalgia. It's the same stuff, you guys. It's fibromyalgia of the brain without the pain, because you don't have any pain receptors in your brain. Alzheimer's and other dementias are brain cell death, and that includes Parkinson's disease too, which isn't a dementia, but it's a movement disorder because it doesn't occur in the part of the brain that involves thinking. It occurs in the part of the brain that involves movement. But it's the same thing. It's the accumulation of toxicity, starvation and suffocation, more toxicity, and there's not a single drug or doctor or procedure that can make a darn whit of difference. It's the craziest thing, you guys. Has anybody ever gone to a neurologist for Alzheimer's disease and had their Alzheimer's disease reversed? Ever. Ever. Has anybody ever gone to a neurologist for Parkinson's disease and had their Parkinson's disease reversed? Ever? Maybe their symptoms were mitigated a little bit, but nobody ever had it reversed because it's not in the realm of medicine. It's in the realm of us. But none of this matters. You know, we can sit and rip on the medical model, and people do. And I don't want to be that guy that just rips and rips and rips, because it doesn't matter. We have the power. This is an empowering message. We can address the diseasing process ourselves, simply in the way we address any other chronic degenerative diseasing. Alzheimer's, dementia is reversible the same way any other diseasing process is reversible. Not with a cure. That's silly, infantilizing doctor/baby talk that treats us as children after it takes our money and our hope. Anybody who tells you about a cure, and I get these emails from people, oh, cure for this, cure for cancer, cure for diabetes, cure for Parkinson's disease. You don't cure a disease, you stop diseasing. You reduce Alzheimer's diseasing symptomology by doing the same thing we do to address all health challenges. You move the body, you rest the body, you breathe the body. You nutriate the body with the mighty 90 essential nutrients, especially the fatty ones, by the way, because the brain is 60% fat. And you stop the steady stream of poison that's coming in through the digestive system, especially sugar. These days they call Alzheimer's disease type 3 diabetes because it's a sugar issue. It's a toxicity issue. It's the same thing. For all dementias, macular degeneration, fibromyalgia, accelerated aging, wrinkles, liver spots, even melasma, hyperpigmentation. Getting healthy is a twofold process no matter what your health issue is. Stop putting the crap in, and that means less sugar, less calories. Even regular food counts as crap, for the most part. It's a burden on the body to eat. Yes, I know we have to eat a little bit, but we don't have to eat a lot. Food toxins, food allergens, intolerances, and you start putting the good stuff into the mighty 90 essential nutrients, the good fats, your ultimate EFAs, coconut oil, butter, protein, fiber. Get yourself a Vitamix that makes celery juice every day. More oxygen, deep breathing techniques, muscular movement, skeletal movement, and that includes the lung muscles, which are easily worked out through deep breathing techniques. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, so all diseases are the same thing. All health issues involve the same processes. And they're all things that we can change ourselves. We don't need the medical model to do it. We're going to talk skin lipofuscin here coming up here on Monday. We'll talk about skin lipofuscin, really all lipofuscin, because it's the same thing. But because it shows up on the skin, this is where we see it. We'll address skin lipofuscin on Monday. There's lots of ways to address it. And when you address skin lipofuscin, you'll also be addressing it in the brain and every other part of the body. Just to give you a little heads up, the major strategy is going to involve moving your body. Lipofuscin accumulation is secondary or follows clogged up lymph. The lymphatic system is part of the body, part of the circulatory system that we don't talk about anywhere nearly enough. But lymphatic disease, lymphatic congestion, lipofuscin, which is an element of lymphatic congestion, are all involved in the breakdown process. And because the lymph is linked in to the digestive system and it's linked into the circulatory system, to the blood, you have your major cause or a major cause of the degenerative diseasing process. Lymphatic congestion, moving your body around, is the number one best all-time way. It is the way to improve lymphatic congestion. We'll talk about some of those strategies, and we'll talk about nutritional strategies for keeping the lymph clear and reducing lipofuscin on our next Bright Side episode. Time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 if you've got questions about the longevity products, nutritional supplements, health conditions, health challenges, or if you have a success story you'd like to share. We love hearing success stories, or if you just want to contribute to the conversation, 844-236-6010 is our number. John in Maryland, what's up? Good morning. Welcome to the Bright Side.
Hey, Pharmacist Ben. I have a friend that we've started on the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack. She's very tall. She's got to lose about 80 pounds. She's 5'11". She has already had one hip replacement, and of course the orthopod wants to do another one eventually.
How old is she?
She's about 44, I think.
Are you serious? She's already had a hip... Wait, hang on, John, just a minute. She's 44 and she's already had a hip replacement.
Yes.
And how much does she weigh?
About 240, 245. She's
5'11". Okay, well, this is not
really tall.
Okay, well, this is not a healthy woman. She's got much bigger fish to fry than a hip replacement, and she's got much bigger problems than degenerative hips or bones.
Yeah,
and weight problems.
In addition to the Healthy Bone and Joint, she's doing the 2.0 BTT with the Healthy Bone and Joint. As Dr. Wallach would have her do, she's doing 3. She found 3 to be too much. She started getting a lot of diarrhea. So
3 what? 3 scoops?
3 doing 2 scoops 3 times a day. So to get through 3 Healthy Bone and Joint in 1 month.
Wait, hang on, John. I'm sorry to interrupt, John, but you cut out there. Is she doing 6 scoops a day of Beyond Tangy Tangerine? Did I?
Yeah, she's doing 6 scoops a day, but 2-3 times a day. And so what we did was we cut her back to 2 scoops twice a day, and I told her to sip on it a little bit more slowly, take a couple hours to finish it, as you've suggested.
Did that make a difference?
She's not having as much diarrhea. Still has a little bit, but she's in 10 days. She hasn't lost any. She's doing the ASCP as well. Hasn't lost any weight, and she's a bit disappointed in it. And so,
well, hang on. Nobody should ever be disappointed with the nutritional supplement program. They should be disappointed with how they're applying the nutritional supplement program. But nutritional supplements are not disappointing. They're powerful. And so here's the deal, and I'll address your question. Do you have anything else you want to add? Because I'll address this. It's very easy, really.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
What I wanted to ask was, would having a liver cleanse such as what Dr. Group and Alex are promoting, or Longevity's version, be beneficial? And the other thing is, could she be in a healing crisis?
Well, no, none of that. And if you need if you need a product to do a liver cleanse, then you're not doing a liver cleanse. You fast to do a liver cleanse. You stop putting crap in the body, and the liver cleanses itself. Right? Here's the thing, and I think I may have addressed this on this program or maybe on another program. You know, if you do a liver cleanse by using a formula, now your liver has to process the formula. What organ is it that processes the herbs and all the things that are in the liver formula? The liver. So why would you make the liver work harder and give it more stuff to do if you're cleansing it? You follow what I'm saying?
Yep.
It doesn't make sense to me to do a liver cleanse with a product, because now the liver's got more work to do. You already got an overloaded liver, you're trying to cleanse it, and now you give it more things to do? It just doesn't make sense. So what you want to do to cleanse the liver is you stop putting the stuff in the body, and that basically means a fast. Here's the number one reason why people can't lose weight when they start a nutritional supplement program, all right? You ready for this?
Yep.
Something is freaking the body out. And I know that's not medical talk. That's English, all right? You know what it means to be freaked out? You ever been freaked out, John? You know, where you got bills and you got your job and you got your kids are messed up and your family's messed up and the government is on your case for this or that, or you're being sued or whatever it is. You're freaked out, right? Well, the body gets freaked out too. But it gets freaked out by crap that we're putting in. It gets freaked out by nutritional deficiency, and it gets freaked out by problems with oxygenation. So you got a body in duress is basically what it is. Now, have you heard this before? Well, we say it all the time because it's the same thing. See, the body only knows a couple of stresses. We have a lot of stresses in our 21st century culture. We got bills, and we got pollution, and we've got crappy food, and we've got all kinds of things that we've created, artificially created, to stress the body out. But from an evolutionary perspective, the only stresses are famine and wild animals, something that's going to eat us, and starvation. So the body has these generic ways of responding to stress, and one of the generic ways of responding to stress is to keep weight on, because it's protecting us from a famine. Have you seen a famine lately, John? There aren't any.
Nope.
All right? There's candy bar machines and snack machines and 7-Elevens and McDonald's everywhere. There's no famines. But the body's...
she's been very good about it.
What? About what?
She's been about managing the food and really good food.
It's more than that. It's the direct... It's more than that, John. John, it's more than that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is why people go on a starvation diet and they don't lose a lot of weight. It's because the body will not let you drop the pounds when it's under stress. So the key to losing weight, if you're trying to lose weight and you can't, the key to doing it is to calm the body down. You know, I know I say it all the time, but it's just so important. It's just like a baby. When your baby's crying, are you a dad, John? Do you have a kid?
Yep.
Okay. What did you do when your baby was crying? You went up.
Picked him up.
You picked him up. You nurtured him. You loved him. You rocked him. You calmed him. If there was something in the room he was in that was scaring him, you got rid of it. If the temperature was off, you changed the temperature. If you needed to be fed, you fed him. Whatever it was, you loved the baby. You nurtured the baby. You calmed the baby. We want to think of the body as our baby. And if you can't lose weight, your baby is crying. Your baby is trying to save himself. Your baby is trying to protect himself from something. So what do? You find out what that is, that the body/baby is trying to protect itself from. This is how you handle all weight loss issues if you can't lose weight. Now, if you're a regular person and you just have some extra poundage and you do your exercise and you do your nutritional supplements and you do your regular strategies, you're going to lose the weight. But if you can't lose the weight, that's what I'm talking about. Intractable weight gain that just doesn't drop off. If you cannot lose the weight no matter what you're doing, guaranteed there's a stressor.
The nation's largest independently owned and operated talk radio network. The Genesis Communications Network. GCN.
Okay, we're back on the bright side, and I am going to try to motor through a bunch of calls here. Got a bunch of folks on hold. John, real quick, okay? Losing weight when you can't lose weight, look at something getting into the body that's stressing it. Number one, food allergens, food toxins, food intolerances, do a food diary, eliminate problem foods. The second thing that gets into the body that will cause a stress, that will cause a burden, that will make it difficult to lose weight is sugar. Now, I'm not talking about eliminating sugar because of the calories, okay? That's a problem too. But I'm talking about eliminating sugar and processed flour and grains and cereals because they represent a burden on the body, all right? Not so much because of the calorie thing, because that's a problem too, but because they represent an explosive burden on the body. So number one, patching up the gut, do a food diary, fasting, the Biolumin Nightly Essence, the Ultimate Enzymes After Meals, apple cider vinegar, and then eliminating problem foods. Secondly, restricting, and if she does sound like she's got some significant health challenges, she's got to have zero tolerance for sugar, processed flours, and cereals. To the extent she eliminates those, she'll be able to eliminate the stresses. The third thing is deep breathing. Oxygen deprivation is a major stress on the body. Lack of exhalation or poor exhalation will cause an accumulation of toxicity. That will also put a burden on the body. Have her sitting on the couch practicing her slow, deep breathing. Not to worry about the thyroid and the adrenals and the various organs of the body as much as to worry about general stressors. Make sure she's continuing the Mighty 90 essential nutrients. The 3 scoops or the 6 scoops a day is a really high dose of the BTT. Not that it's going to be a problem in terms of toxicity or anything, but she just may not be absorbing it. So slow go. I always like people sipping on the BTT. Much more important that you do it all day long than you do one big old dose all at once. So keep her on the sipping strategy on the BTT. She should be sipping it all day long. So got lots of things there, and that's for anybody out there who's finding it very difficult to lose weight no matter what they do. Anything else, bro?
Bone soup is good for her, right?
Bone soup's awesome. Celery juice is really good. Celery juice?
Celery juice? Okay.
Perfect. Yeah,
she's been doing bone soup.
Good deal. And celery juice before meals and throughout the day. Very filling. Celery is loaded with fiber. It's loaded with nitrogen, and nitrogen is super important for the heart and also important for building tissue. So it doesn't have to be celery juice, but celery is just so tasty, especially if you put salt in there, and salt and also spices. Make it real palatable. All right, John?
Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you, my friend. God bless you. All right, Eileen in West Virginia. What's going on? Welcome to the bright side.
Oh, thank you, Ben. Gosh, we just appreciate you so much, and I'm so happy to talk with you. I'm kind of stressed out. I have some symptoms of two issues here of symptoms of returning congestive heart failure. My ankles every night now are swelling up tremendously. I can't even find the ankle bone, and I guess the thing is coming
I don't even know, Eileen, hang on just a sec. I don't even know how you're talking to me. You're not breathing.
I know.
I can hear it in your voice. There's no oxygen coming in.
That's what the doctor said. I hardly ever go to the doctor, but I was in the emergency room a year ago, and they about 3 or 4 said, "You breathe." And
I can't tell you. I can hear you talking to me. You're not breathing when you're talking. Do you know the number one job? First of all, and I'm going to help you with congestive heart failure right now. Okay, what's the number one job of the heart?
After that.
Okay, what's the number one job of the heart?
To pump the blood.
Okay, hang on. Work with me here, okay? Because you're just as smart as any doctor. You're just as smart as I am, and this is not complicated. So I want you to work with me.
And I hope I don't lose you because I've got a crappy
Okay, well,
phone
hang on. Okay. You're not going to lose me. If you lose me, call back. We'll get you.
I'm still here.
Okay, good. So the number one job of the heart is to pump blood. But what does that do? Why does it have to pump blood? What's the number one job of pumping blood, or the effect of pumping blood? I'll answer the question for you. Nutrition, oxygen, and detoxification. This is the job of the heart, to pump blood so that the blood can feed the cells, can detoxify the cells, and oxygenate the cells. So the job of the heart is to oxygenate the body, to nutriate the body, and to detoxify the body. If you have heart failure, that means your heart is working super duper hard trying to nutriate the cells, trying to detoxify the cells, and try to oxygenate the cells. So what you want to do when you have heart failure is take the load off the heart, reduce the work that the heart has to do. That means by improving oxygenation through deep breathing techniques, by making sure that you're helping the body eliminate toxicity by not putting it in the first place, and by exercising and moving around, and we'll talk more about this on Monday on our next episode, and by nutriating the body. Now, if you go to the doctor, you know how he's going to do it? He's going to poison the heart. This is the medical model. And I'm not blaming the doctor. I'm not blaming the individual. It's the model. The model says we reduce the load on the heart by shutting it down. I say we reduce the load on the heart by nutriating, oxygenating, and detoxifying. These are the two separate ideas. Now, if you like the medical model, I'm not saying you do, Eileen, but for our listeners, congratulations, have at it. Take your beta blocker, take your calcium channel blocker, and that will poison the heart, and then your heart won't have to do as much work. I say, if you don't want the heart to do as much work, get on the Mighty 90 Essential Nutrients, especially the Ultimate EFAs, especially the Healthy Start Pack. You'll probably be smart to take in some extra vitamin C and some extra vitamin E, both of which are very important for the heart, as well as some extra coenzyme Q10 in its fatty form, ubiquinol or ubiquinone, 100 to 200 milligrams a day. Magnesium will help you. You'll get that in the Beyond OsteoFX. You might want to throw in a little extra magnesium as well, maybe 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams a day. I don't want to focus just on nutrients, but they're very important. The second thing you're going to want to do is eliminate the stream of toxicity that's getting into the blood, and that means all of your digestive strategies. Eileen, my dear, I guarantee you, I'm not Psychic Ben, I'm Pharmacist Ben, but I guarantee you, and I would bet my house, that you have a digestive health condition that you've had for years, very likely your whole life. Ring a bell, Eileen?
Yeah, I have gallbladder problems too.
Okay, I'm not psychic. I'm not a wizard. I'm just a pharmacist. But this is how it works. The gallbladder.
Right. We love, and I thank you. I just have
there's so much more, sweetheart.
And I'll be
Eileen,
quiet.
Eileen, okay, hang on. Listen, I'm talking to the listeners as well as you, because there's a lot of people in the same boat that you're in. But if you want some specific help, I want you to send me an email, ben@ksco.com, say Eileen from West Virginia, you and I will work together. So, because I got to talk to the listeners as well as to you, and so I can't give you as comprehensive a protocol as I'd like, but I want you to get the gist of it, and I want everybody to get the gist of it. The job of the heart is to detoxify the body, to nutriate the body, and to oxygenate the body. And by that I mean the cells when I say the body. If you have heart failure, that means the heart is working overtime. It's freaked out, just like the body is freaked out. It's tired. It's pooped. Why? Because it's trying to drive nutrients into the cells, because it's trying to detoxify itself, and it's trying to get oxygen to the cells. So you can help the heart out by sitting on the couch and practicing deep breathing. Do you need a doctor for that? No. Do you need to wait in line at the pharmacy for that? No. Get yourself an app on your smartphone, if you have a smartphone, called My Calm Beat, or another one called Bio Breathing. Practice your deep breathing. That alone will make a huge difference. Then you make sure that you're doing all the digestive strategies. Eileen, if you practice intermittent fasting, that alone will make a huge difference. If you have a problem with fasting, get the Suero V and use the Suero V. Maybe do a half a bottle every hour. Do some celery juice or some beet juice, a little bit of beet, not too much beet because it's sweet, and maybe some cucumber juice, etc. So you're filled up before meals, and it's easier for you to fast. Immediately just from fasting and just from oxygenation, you're going to start to reduce the load on the heart. And then you get yourself on the nutritional supplements, all the ones we just talked about. So send me an email, ben@ksco.com. Put your phone number there so I can call you back, Eileen. I'll give you some personal attention, okay?
Oh, well, that would be great.
God bless you, my dear. We'll talk to you soon. I got to go because I want to get a couple more calls.
Sure.
Okay? Thank you. Helen, I know you've been holding on forever. I apologize. What's going on, Helen?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. I am talking to you.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Helen.
Yes, I have sleep apnea.
Okay. Let's talk sleep apnea.
And I think I haven't used the BiPAP machine for quite a while, and I think I'm getting congestive heart failure. I get a little bit of swelling in my ankles.
Well, sleep apnea and heart failure go hand in hand for the reasons I just talked about. The heart is charged with pumping oxygen throughout the body, throughout the blood, into the cells, and as oxygen deprivation through sleep apnea accrue over time, the heart has to work harder to get that same amount of oxygen to the cells. Deep breathing. Helen, sit on the couch and practice deep breathing. Sleep apnea is also an inflammatory problem caused by something getting into the body, typically sugar and food toxicity. That leads to an inflammatory or an immune response and a defensive response, and the net effect is a problem breathing. So what you want to do is stop the stream of poison that's coming into the body through the digestive system using all our digestive strategies, the biolumin nightly essence, digestive enzymes, eliminating problem foods. Practice your deep breathing techniques and stay away from sugar, and probably using the sweeties would help you too. Diabetes and sleep apnea go hand in hand for a reason. Gosh, we're just out of time, and I apologize, you guys. I know I always want to get to all our callers. It just doesn't happen. So if I left you on hold, please call back Monday, and we'll get you first up. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening, friends. Have yourselves a spectacular, awesome, beautiful day. Check out my website, pharmacistben.com, also truthtreatments.com. We'll talk to you all later, folks. Bye for now.
Many are in disbelief today after word of shocking allegations against a Minnesota-based talk syndication company known as GCN. It's claimed that they're the fourth largest talk syndication company in the U.S., making it even more scandalous that they've been accused of helping business owners expose themselves on a massive scale. Let's go live to Tom for more on this story.
It's being called the greatest exposure of our lifetime, while other business owners are beginning to step forward claiming they, too, exposed themselves with the help of GCN.
It's true. They're all guilty. Every last one of them. GCN helped me get the exposure my company needed, and just think, that was years ago. Today, GCN has like 700 affiliate stations and over 6 million downloads from iTunes and their website every month.
Imagine the exposure your company can get. Expose your business to the masses. Email advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective. GCN.
Are you tired of commuting to a job that makes someone else rich? Working harder than ever, but getting nowhere? Do you hate spending hundreds of dollars every week on daycare? Having someone else raise your children? With our opportunities, you can start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss, work from home, and live a happier life. At Be the Boss Network, you'll find hundreds of work-from-home opportunities that you can literally start today and be earning money as soon as next week. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You get to be the boss. Get out of the rat race. Work from home. Go to freedom106.com right now and change your life today. That's freedom, the number 106.com. Go to freedom106.com and start earning money as soon as next week. You be the boss. Go to freedom106.com.
Ouch! My back is out again.
Hi, Dr. Ortman with Wellspring Spinal Care. If you're experiencing neck, mid, or lower back pain, this information is for you. One of the complaints that I hear is patients receive their typical adjustment, only having to repeat them as the pain returns. Putting the bones back in place is only half of the battle. At Wellspring Spinal Care, we have the entire solution. We use the NUCA approach, utilizing three-dimensional x-rays and gentle touch technology to deliver specific correction. We then design a custom nutritional supplement program which provides essential nutrients targeting the areas of concern. With a NUCA approach and proper nutrition, you'll be on your way to a faster and more permanent recovery. To get you on the road to wellness, visit drortman.com. That's drortman.com, or call us today, 952-303-9124. That's 952-303-9124. Wellspring Spinal Care, chiropractic done right.
Friends, this is Alex Jones for MidasResources.com. For more than 15 years, I have exclusively used Midas Resources for all my precious metal needs. Whether it's bullion or collectibles you're looking for, Midas Resources is simply the best. I own my gold as a hedge against inflation. This Federal Reserve fiat currency could go the way of the Deutschmark and the Weimar Republic anytime. In these historically dangerous times, it makes sense to physically hold gold and silver. Midas already has some of the best deals in the industry. But if you give them a call and mention the radio special, they will give you a list of the day's super specials. Midas brokers are standing by to answer all your questions at 800-686-2237. They also have a lot of informative free literature explaining the opportunities and risk of holding precious metals. They are ready to answer your questions at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.